Hey everyone, it's Wolfgang. I wanted to talk about attaining independent financial means at a young age and thinking about retiring. You do not want to retire, okay? Um, a lot of people who have this dream, getting rich and stopping working and retiring at a young age, they really don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to get rich and spend all my time vacationing does not work. And there's some reasons for that. First thing is, if you consider your personality traits, your work ethic, ambition, your creativity, your cleverness, you can't retire your personality, right? So you tend to want to stay engaged with something, even if you don't have to. So I tried this in the early 2000s. I had finished graduate school a year or so before. I had graduated from college 10 years before that. And I tried to find activities to have something to do during the day. And, it didn't work. If you think about people who have tried to retire, maybe you have family members, older family members who have tried to retire. If you think about how their lives progressed after that, a lot of people go into a decline. I've seen that in my family, older family members who stopped working and sort of tried to force themselves to stay retired, and they sort of declined. So I think it's basically because you've got that part of your personality that got you to the point where you could stop working at a young age. It's really not a good decision to do that. Now, there are some ways you can tell if you're that sort of person whether or not you're going to be able to tolerate having low productive activity during the day. The first way is if you think back to college during the long holiday breaks, most of December, most of January is a really long break. If you felt sort of an angst and you were really ready to get back to work in school, you are this kind of person that you tend to prefer having something productive to do. Another way to tell if you've ever been on an extended vacation for a few months, and towards the end of the vacation, you were sort of desperate to get back to work and have something to do. Again, you're going to find that setting a goal of retiring at a young age and stopping working is probably not going to be a good decision. If you have a good work ethic, and especially if you've attained independent financial means, you're probably going to discover that the novelty effect of having nothing productive to do all day, it wears off fast, and you'll tend to want to dive back into something and have something to do. And so here's a couple of examples just to stimulate some thought about what the options might be. Biz Buy Sell is an online source that sells small businesses. It's pretty well known. What a lot of people do is they will get together with an owner, work with the owner for 6 months to a year, and then take over the business. So that will give you a productive work activity that's also got an economic benefit. So you're not eating into your wealth. Or you could invest in rental property, which is a little bit less intensity in terms of the work, but it would still give you a productive activity to do, and it would also be economically beneficial. And I want to talk about role models to sort of drive the point home that retiring, even if you could stop working, probably not a good idea. People who became wealthy and continued to work are good role models for this. Charlie Munger passed away at about 100 years old. He's been a billionaire for a long time. He never stopped working, and it wasn't for the money. It was to stay engaged and to have some productive activity. And Warren Buffett, same story. Charlie's partner is still working. He could have stopped working a very long time ago. He kept at it. Another example, the guy who invented Kentucky Fried Chicken, He was elderly. He was retirement age when he started Kentucky Fried Chicken, and he continued working in that business. He sold a portion of it, he kept another portion, and he was the spokesman for the brand for a very long time. And so a couple of examples there, and then two more examples. Larry Ellison of Oracle, he's a billionaire. He's in his 80s, still working, still hard at work. Mark Cuban is close to 70 years old now, very wealthy. He could have stopped working a long time ago. These people are choosing to continue to work. So the money has got like nothing to do with it. So again, going back to this, I want to get rich so I can stop working. Surprise, surprise. It's not feasible. It's not practical for most people. And one other thing to think about is you can ask yourself, if you know people who have forced themselves to stay retired, how long did they live? Because this can be a life-shortening thing. If you stop working and you just force yourself to not work, you can decline, and that's to be avoided. It's much better to have something active to do each day, and preferably something that's got an economic benefit, something that seems important, instead of just stopping working. I mean, you can try it. Most people will try, like I did. Take vacations, have some leisure time, and see how long it lasts. And don't force yourself to stay retired if you're unhappy, right? So I hope that helped. That's something I learned a while ago. And, sometimes we wonder, why has this guy continued to work even though and this is why. It's because it's your personality. You cannot retire your personality. It's not practical. So I hope that helped. And I want to thank you for watching, everyone, and have a great day.